Now, speaker coach itself is more the term that's used for teams. So this means for anybody that's running a meeting in Teams, this is something that you can do to help you be an effective communicator within Teams, which my experience is every single one of you. You've all been involved in meetings. If you're within Teams having those meetings, there's a tool to help you become a more effective communicator. PowerPoint has something as well. PowerPoint has a rehearse with coach, which is very similar to speaker coach. Kind of, I think, is using the same AI, but it's a different output. I'm going to show you the output of both PowerPoint and Teams that I got when I was practicing and rehearsing for this particular session. So that could be interesting for you. So let's start with Teams. Within Teams, you have this idea of this private coach. It's basically giving you real-time, but more like post-meeting information as to how you were communicating within the meeting. Things that speaker coach in Teams is evaluating is your pacing. The pacing is somewhere around like 90 to 120 words a minute is sort of what's expected. And you'll see I speak fast. According to the speaker coach, I actually am kind of at the upper range of what's good, so that's good. Your general pitch, how many filter words you use, the ums and the ands and the uhs and those kind of things. The informal speech you may be using, how many euphemisms you might be using, and if you're using culturally insensitive and sensitive terms and how you're doing there. So I had a meeting. You can see it ran about 59 minutes, which is pretty good. And it's about what I was looking for about an hour to go over the slide deck. But it tells me about like repetitive language. You can see I did that a lot. You might be seeing that now. The filter words that I used, my pace was right in the middle, was a little too much. Now the monologue only having 2 was, I was having a discussion when I was doing this presentation. So that's why the monologue wasn't too bad. Here, if I was doing it, the monologue is big, like, red flag. What are you doing? But I could then drill into each of those events. If you clicked on any of the purple headings on the left or purple bluish headings on the left, it would then filter out and show you on your timeline when those occurred, and you could dig into that data so you can understand more about how to be an effective speaker within the context of a Teams meeting.